Hello, this is Barbara Wagner, and you're listening to The Drama of It All on Substack or thedramaofitall.com. Please check the article and use the hyperlinks to find other additional relevant information. SJWs choose the impossible over uncomfortable to get change. Get comfortable with feeling uncomfortable if you want change. If you want something in your world to change and it hasn't changed so far, then you will have to do something uncomfortable. There's a meme that says you can't be committed to your dream and your comfort zone. Social justice warriors desire change. Social justice warriors, or SJWs, want things to change. They see a problem caused by a quote-unquote persecutor, and they see quote-unquote victims everywhere. They like to play the savior. I've written about them plenty of times. You can check out my article, Saviors Take the Weight of the World on Their Shoulders, for more information about that. So, what do? They attempt to force other people to change. Is that difficult? Well, sure, they may think that it's difficult to change other people. In fact, it's literally impossible. No matter how much you censor information or try to make thoughts into a crime, you can't stop people from thinking differently. And I have a quote, "Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way." End quote. That was Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, in the book Man's Search for Meaning. Choosing the impossible versus the uncomfortable. Because many social justice warriors don't want to do the personal work to feel better or think better feeling thoughts, they instead want to change the world through force. I've written about how those who want to force others to use quote-unquote preferred pronouns are shifting the responsibility for their personal feelings onto the general public in the drama around pronouns and gender identity. And I also wrote about identity issues in Do You Believe in Your Identity? Quote, "What struck me while listening to the song was how completely opposite it must be for those who don't just prefer you use their preferred pronouns but demand it. There is likely no comfort for them in knowing who they are inside. How could there be? They look to other people to affirm their identity to them. If you ever give the responsibility to feel comfortable in who you are to other people, you will be sorely disappointed. We can't even feel comfortable with ourselves all of the time. That's the benefit of trusting God's higher perspective on us rather than our own limited perspective on ourselves. You can hear the power she emanates while singing. There is such power in believing what God says about you, that you are loved, strong, and held, and belong with Him. It's satisfaction. That is truly satisfying. There is no longer a hole in your soul that you need anyone else's opinion on you to fill than His opinion. Those who want other people to affirm their worth, affirm their identity, will never be satisfied. They're looking for love in all the wrong places. It has to come from within, not without, not from the world." End quote. It's uncomfortable to change oneself. It is difficult to look at why you want to force others to do things or not do things. Do you want to ban guns? Why are you afraid of them? You could take on personal responsibility to assuage your fears through meditation, mindfulness, going to therapy, taking self-defense or gun classes, etc. But these things are going to be difficult or uncomfortable for you. I suspect those of you reading this or listening are willing to do uncomfortable things to see change in your mind and in your world. But you can see a lot of times people are not willing to be uncomfortable and change themselves. Instead, they shift their focus toward the impossible task of changing other people. You may not be as bad at this as a social justice warrior, but you may do this in some areas of your life. You might want to spend some time considering that. When you find places in your life where you could take control instead of demanding others change, you will feel more powerful. This morning I wrote a note about this. Quote, "When people focus externally on changing what other people are doing or not doing, they feel powerless. Yes, that means the people in the government feel powerless. It's why they're striving to gain more control. When people focus internally, they feel powerful. When you focus on what in your personal and very local life you can change, then you feel powerful. Your changes may seem like they're not affecting the big picture, but they are, because you become a different person when you feel powerful and you interact with others. Your interactions with others spark a light in them as well. You can feel powerful again by focusing locally and personally. When other people see the changes in you, they will want to join you. When people feel powerful by focusing personally or locally, they no longer desire to control other people. Yes, that's the key to the freedom from oppression we want. End quote. Get uncomfortable if you want change. If we want things to change, we will have to try to become comfortable with the feeling uncomfortable. We have to learn that it's not a quote-unquote bad thing. It feels weird because it's different. But if we want to get a different result, we need to start behaving differently. Eventually, over time, it won't feel that bad or weird. You'll become used to the new version of yourself. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this, consider giving it a like and sharing with others who may enjoy it as well. Did you not enjoy it? Feel free to leave a comment. I wish you all a great day or night, depending on your time.